So as you guys know, last video I committed to expanding my channel, and that's exactly what we're starting today. Today we are going to be talking about 10, in no particular order, 10 of the craziest planets in the galaxy. But of course, before I get into this video, make sure to like, subscribe, turn the notification bell. You guys help me out a little bit. And without further ado, let's get right into this video. Now, of course, number one, I'm going to call it Diamond World. Now, of course, this one is kind of self-explanatory. However, it's known for its amazing amounts of carbon and how close it is to its host star or its sun. Now, as a result, this basically is a giant floating diamond of a planet. This planet is worth $27 million. In case you don't know, that's 27 followed by 30 zeros. This planet is over 300 quadrillion times the Earth's total GDP. And of course, I know what you're thinking right now. You're like, oh, how can I get to this planet? How can I claim my riches? Well, it's not quite that simple. See, if you landed on the planet, you'd probably be instantly vaporized or melted because of how close it is to its host star. And you also have to worry about getting the diamonds back here, which is going to be a task in itself. And if you bought the diamonds back, if you bought too many, you would crash the diamond industry, making diamonds worthless. So before you go and claim your riches, just go and put that in mind. Now, of course, number two, we're going to go to Super Saturn, aka Gj1214b. Now, of course, this is not the biggest planet in terms of size. However, it still remains one of the most magnificent ever discovered. This planet has rings that are about 640 times the size of Saturn's rings. The planet is located 434 light years away. And if this planet was closest to the Earth, probably in just about the same position Saturn is to the Earth. In case you don't know, you can actually see Saturn from the Earth on some days. There's a certain day of the year or some years where Saturn, Jupiter, and Earth and the Moon, they all like line up in a line. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that day. You guys let me know about that. However, if this planet was in the same position as Saturn, its rings would most likely dominate our skyline, and we'd be able to see them every single night. Given that they are so massive, they are huge, they have the equivalent mass in space dust and space debris that the entire Earth has in itself. That's how big these rings are. Now, of course, going to number three, we have Gj1214b Aka Waterworld. Now, of course, this planet, again, self-explanatory one, it's one, very huge, and two, has absolutely no land on it, but seems to be blue, almost a water-ish substance. Now, yes, despite being a bigger version of Jupiter's moon, Europa, one of Jupiter's moons, Jupiter has like around, I think it's like 64, 65 moons. I think it's around in the 60s. It's a bigger version of one of Jupiter's moon. However, this planet has nothing but water on it. Now, one thing I want to propose, we already don't know a lot about the Earth's oceans and all about the crazy, ridiculous monsters that could be in there. So just imagine all of the crazy, ridiculous animals that can be in this oceanic planet. Just imagine being on a planet. Like, have anyone ever rode a cruise? Has anyone ever, like, been on a boat and have seen nothing but water for miles? Now, just imagine that's an entire planet. That's pretty much what this planet is. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, going down to number four, we have Kepler-10c, aka Mega Earth. Now, this planet is 560 light years away and potentially a planet that could inhabit humans. Now, of course, this planet weighs 17 times more than our Earth does. However, it's very, very unusual. It's unusually habitable for humans. Of course, we've gone, and by we, I mean the human race, we've gone a long time thinking that there's just not another planet that's going to support us and our living, and another planet that can produce the things we need to live, such as oxygen, water, things to breathe, things to eat. However, this planet right here, it seems very, very, very interesting to the human eye. I think this could potentially be somewhere where humans could maybe live in the future if we find a way to travel 560 light years in light speed, which, let's face it, that's probably nearly impossible. However, nonetheless, this planet is definitely interesting. A mega Earth, of course, there have been a lot of projects about this. However, a mega Earth definitely sounds very interesting. Now, of course, going to number five, we have PSRB 162026b. Now, of course, this planet may look very underwhelming at first. However, it's hiding an absolutely ridiculous secret. This planet is actually one of the older ones that we have discovered. It is 13 billion years old. Now, this planet tests the common knowledge of when the universe actually, came to be. Some people think it was a couple billion years ago. Some people think it was longer. Personally, me, I have absolutely no idea. I don't think any human knows any idea. We just go based off what we've discovered. This planet is around 2 to 3 times the age of planet Earth, 13 billion years. Man, oh man. Either this planet was one of the first planets formed, based on what a lot of humans believe, or this planet is just one of the other ones, and we're completely wrong on when the universe was formed. Now, personally, I'd probably go with more of the second option, because how in the world will we ever know when the universe was formed? You have so many theories. The Big Bang Theory. You have a whole bunch of theories on how it was formed, what happens. You guys know our universe is actually expanding at every single second. Our universe is actually still expanding as we speak right now, which is absolutely ridiculous to me. So basically, when it goes to space, and when it comes to space, there's no limit, because it's always expanding. It's always getting more and more and more, which, in my opinion, is absolutely insane to think. However, moving on to our next planet, number 6, Gj1214b. Now, of course, this planet is located just about 64 light years away, which is relatively close. And the crazy thing about this planet is that, one, it blows winds at over 4,500 miles per hour, and the chemicals in this atmosphere, along with 1,300 plus degrees Celsius temperatures, make glass. A glass-like substance. Glass. So combine the wind with the glass, and you're going to get very, very, let's just say, crazy events. On this planet, it rains glass sideways. Quite literally, rains glass sideways. Now, just imagine you're outside on the earth just playing, and it starts raining. You already know it rains hard all the time, and it's raining kind of slanted. Now, just imagine you turn that about 90 degrees just like this, and it starts to rain sideways, except it's raining glass at 4,500 miles an hour. You would not only be taken off your feet and flying with glass in the air, you'd also probably be completely impaled, which would be a very horrible experience. Now, of course, going to number 7, we have Celt 9b. Now, of course, in terms of the appearance, this planet actually looks pretty cool. I mean, it's just a glowing structure. It looks like a regular planet. I know everyone's asking, Michael, what's so special about this planet? Well, it's actually the hottest planet ever discovered. This planet burns at a sizzling 4,300 plus degrees, which is hotter than most stars, which is hotter than a lot of stars. This planet is so hot that iron titanium has been found in its atmosphere. That's how ridiculous this planet is. This planet is basically a star when it comes to its temperature. Now, no one knows how this planet got this hot. Nobody knows its host star. Nobody knows what it really does. Now, of course, my theory would be it just like a little bit like Venus, just across from Earth. It has, Venus has a special atmosphere. It has an atmosphere that tends to trap in things like heat and chemicals, carbon, substances, all of that kind of stuff. I think this planet would do a little bit of the same thing, but personally, I don't know. I've never been there, nor have I ever been to Venus. I don't think any human has ever landed on Venus, so we don't quite know, but that's just my small take on it. You guys let me know what you think about it. Now, of course, going to number 8, we have Tres-2b. Now, of course, this planet is actually kind of far. It might make you go a little bit crazy, but it's actually also really, really dark. This is the darkest planet that we've ever discovered. It refracts nearly 100% of its light and only allows like under 1% of the light to come in, making this planet darker than coal. Now, of course, I want you to participate in a little video activity for me. I want you to close both your eyes like I'm doing right now. And you already know that's pretty dark. Now imagine that being multiple times darker, and you're on some huge planet that you have no idea where to go. That's pretty much what this planet is. Just a big, dark, mysterious abyss. If you're scared of the dark, this is probably your worst nightmare. Of course, going to number 9, we have Upsilon Andromeda b. Now, this planet is insane for a couple of reasons. First, it orbits its star in 5 days compared to the Earth's 365 days. So really, some of us would be like 1,000 years old on that planet. However, this planet is also one of the most ridiculously non-controlled climates that we've ever discovered. Now, one side of the planet can get as low down as negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which is survivable from a human or for a human for a decent amount of time until, you could freeze or you can run out of food. On this planet, there's no telling. However, the other side is absolutely non-survivable, because it's 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit just on the other side of the planet. This planet is basically the Siberia of planets. If you don't know what Siberia is, it's basically a small, well, not really small, but a decent portion size of Russia that sees temperatures as low as 0 degrees and as high as 90 degrees. This planet is that, except on a way more dramatic level. Like, imagine you go from one side to the planet and you're in 3,000 degree weather. Of course, you know what 90 degree weather is. 90 degrees, a lot of humans complain about that. However, 3,000 degrees, so you go on the other side and it's negative 20. That's how this planet is. Absolutely ridiculous. Its host star is kind of close to it. It orbits a star in just 5 days. So this planet is moving ridiculously fast. And it's also really, really, really dramatic when it comes to its climate. Now, going to our last planet, number 10, we have Gj1214b Aka 1928. Now, of course, there are no measurements, no temperatures. Of course, you're going to ask, why in the world is this planet so crazy, Michael? What makes this planet so unbelievably ridiculous? Well, it doesn't have a star. And you know what that means? It means that it's basically drifting aimlessly throughout space. I'm not even making this up. This planet is literally drifting. It could hit anything. Like, I'm looking at it as we speak. This planet is just drifting in space. It's literally just aimlessly floating around. Now, of course, there are likely tons of planets that have met this same little demise of their solar system. Their solar system have either just disbanded, maybe their host star exploded or condensed or something like that. However, this planet is just floating around. It could literally hit anything. It could come to Earth and hit it. Now, God forbid, hopefully that doesn't happen. But it's possible. You got to think of all the possibilities. One thing you guys are going to learn about me, seeing some of these crazy videos, I think of a lot of crazy things. And I think of a lot of possibilities when it comes to these planets. But either way, this planet could hit us. It could come to our solar system. It could hit something else. Or it could just float for the rest of eternity, the rest of existence, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, this planet is insane because it's basically floating in space aimlessly. It's going nowhere. It's not in an ellipse. It is floating in space. But of course, 10 of the craziest planets in the galaxy. That's going to conclude this video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. You guys help me out a little bit. Of course, you have the TikTok, the Spotify, the Instagram. All those links are going to be in the description. Of course, I really ask you to go and follow those. But whether you do or not, I wish you nothing but the best. I wish that you stay loved and stay blessed and keep learning about your planets and science, a field that I'm very interested in. Either way, keep learning your astronomy, children. Keep learning. Keep doing what you do. Either way, thank you for watching this video.